Basic communication patterns. Universal patterns of communication are independently used across languages, times, and cultures. What are they? Why are they important? Well, these are patterns that occur systematically across all natural languages, potentially. For example, all languages have nouns and verbs, or if a language is spoken, it at least has consonants and vowels. These are linguistic universals. But there are also conversational universals, which are patterns that people use to manage their communication. Any language is a conventional entity. It means that it has to be agreed upon by all sides using it in order to make sense to these sides. For example, the word table has to be agreed to mean the flat-surfaced piece of furniture to put things onto. And that's why any usage of the language is regulated by certain rules that are ultimately agreed upon, openly or sometimes even mindlessly. The cases of these rules being applied are called universals. One of such conversational rules is taking turns. Taking turns means that one person speaks, then the next person speaks, and so on. It sounds simple, right? But actually, taking turns involves a lot of coordination and cooperation between speakers. How do you know when it's your turn to speak? How do you signal that you want to speak or that you are finished speaking? How do you deal with situations when two people speak at the same time or when there is silence? Researchers have found that speakers in English and other languages use various signals with words, sounds, and their bodies to indicate their turn-taking. For example, they might use words like so, well, anyway, or okay to start or end their turn. They might use instead sounds like uh-huh, or huh to show that they are listening or that they need clarification. They might use gestures like nodding, raising their hand, or looking at someone to show interest or invite someone to speak. But sometimes turn-taking can go wrong. For example, someone might talk too much and not let others speak. Someone might interrupt in a rude way. Someone might misunderstand a message. Someone might not respond at all. These are called communication problems. How do people deal with these problems? Science shows that speakers in English and also other languages use various strategies to repair communication problems. For example, they might ask an open question like sorry to signal a general problem and request a repetition of what was said. They might ask a specific question like who, what, or where to clarify a piece of information or get more details. They might repeat what was said or say it in their own words and ask for confirmation. Summarizing is yet another way to repair such problems. It means to repeat the main points of a conversation in a short way. It can be used to check if you understand what someone said, to move the conversation forward, or to finish a discussion. To summarize, you should be accurate and include the most important points. You should also be brief and avoid saying the same thing twice. Summarizing can help to make sure everyone understands each other and that the conversation is productive. Here are some examples of summarizing used. To check understanding. So, to put it simply, you're saying that you are not happy with the way the project is going. To move the conversation forward. So, we've talked about this and this so far. Now, we can start thinking of some solutions. To summarize the key points of a discussion. In short, the key points of our discussion were that we need to increase sales, improve customer service, and reduce costs. These repair strategies show that people are actively listening to each other and trying to understand each other better. Active listening is another conversational universal that involves paying attention, showing interest, giving feedback, and asking questions. Active listening is important for building connection, trust, and empathy. One more conversational universal that is related to active listening is the principle of give and take. This means that people tend to respond in kind to what others say or do. For example, if someone asks you a question, you are expected to answer it. If someone compliments you, you're expected to thank them or return the compliment. If someone shares something personal with you, you are expected to share something personal back. The principle of give and take is based on the idea of balance and fairness in communication. People want to feel that they are giving and receiving equal amounts of attention, information, and respect from others. If this balance is disrupted, people feel uncomfortable or dissatisfied. Communication is not just about exchanging words. It's about following certain patterns that help us coordinate our turns, repair problems, listen actively, and respond in kind. These patterns are universal across languages, times, and cultures because they reflect our basic human needs for understanding and connection. Understand and be understood. What else is there to look for?